You're right.
29-year-old Leonard Marshall spends hours staring at pictures of his kids, 3-year-old son Deontay and 4-year-old daughter Gianni.
I wish they could be there with me every day.
But he only sees them every other weekend. Marshall never married either mother of his 2 kids, but is fighting for full custody of both, believing his home environment is the more stable one. As part of his custody battle, the court ordered him here, to a place called Adams House in Suitland, a requirement he thought unnecessary.
Why should I have to do all this? I think I'm a great father. Until I got here, though. I feel like it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. So if I had known about it before court order, I would have just walked in here anyway.
Most of the men here come because a court ordered them to, through parole, foster care, or child custody. Program manager Bill Hall and a few dedicated volunteers lead weekly discussions, and dozens of fathers from age 17 to 60 gather to support each other through what is often life's toughest lessons.
Once they get engaged and we start working on a number of things, and those are little battles that they start winning. And once you see that you can win a battle, then they continue because they say, okay, this is actually working for me.
The meetings, part sermon,
To realize that what God put in him wasn't for him, but was for his son.
part tough love,
If you don't want to improve, we can stand up here all day and talk to you blue. It don't make a difference.
with an occasional lecture thrown in,
You need to stay home and watch your own kids.
have become a sort of war room for men fighting to be responsible, involved fathers.
There's been times where I didn't have anything to eat, and I made sure she had something to eat, so I went to bed hungry, just to make sure she was fed.
The structured program lasts a year and takes on topics like sex, spirituality, and family traditions. But their deepest discussions go back to the basics.
We spend a lot of time on communication and relationships because men don't communicate well. Our relationship consists of sex and food and sports, pretty much.
18 million American homes with children have no father, and unfortunately for these kids, they are 2 to 3 times more likely to participate in the worst that society has to offer, including things like drug abuse, premature sexual activity, and gangs. But for the 30 or so men in this room behind me, it's a cycle they want to break. And talking about their own fathers is critical to meeting that goal.
And we encourage them to go out and contact their father and create a relationship, because that's the only way that you're going to be that great father, is to talk to your father.
Marshall says these meetings have also helped him grow closer to his mostly absent father.
You know, I get home, I'm so excited about things that we talked about here. I want to share that with somebody.
And in turn, share that with his own children, whom he hopes to have custody of soon.
Just taking the initiative is already a greater start than my father's father had, or my father's done in the past.
Breaking a painful cycle by learning to be a better man, a better son, and a better father. In Suitland, I'm Cassandra Wilson with Maryland Newsline.
Let me tell you this, I'm a popo. And so I have a responsibility.